got Grimsby Town in your life. Love it.
This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
He's had that early goal disallowed. Fox had made the run beyond him. McAtee! Great goal! Oh, that's special!
Right, welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. Evening, Steve.
Evening, David. Nice to be here again.
Yeah, and me too, I think, just about. Although we're on a downer mood again, I see, after Saturday's debacle, let's call it.
That's Groundhog Day, the sequel.
Yeah, Groundhog Day 2. Didn't quite work, does it? That's somehow it works on another level. Yeah, they're really disappointing Saturday, because I thought it was our great opportunity to get that crap home form out of the system and really sort of hammer home a decent performance. So you can never guarantee beating a team like that. But, I mean, Let's be honest, in the first half, we absolutely should have battered them, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should have been 3-0, maybe 4-0 up. Yeah. Hit the post, missed penalty, hit the crossbar.
One cleared off the line.
Cleared off the line.
Two cleared off the line, really, weren't there?
Two cleared off, yeah.
There was one bobbling around on the edge of the line, wasn't there?
Their keeper pulled off a really good save when he onto the crossbar. So he just got. I had that feeling that back then that we just either trying too hard or it's not going to fall for us today. Yeah. But I didn't see that second half performance coming.
No, I think we have seen it over the last few games, haven't we? At home, and you know, you start to wonder what it is. And what are your thoughts on it? What do you think behind it?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's fitness. Although David Artell, even he said he's not sure what it is, but it can't be fitness. We've got to be fully. They've got to be. I know they're carrying injuries, aren't they? They said they are carrying a few knocks and that. Like Rose, he said he's never been 100% fit all season. But
they're playing 2 games a week, though, aren't they? They have been over the last few weeks. So the match fitness should be there or thereabouts. Underlying fitness, Christ, we've got a strength and conditioning coach. You wouldn't imagine that fitness is an issue these days, would you?
No, I don't know what it is. I can't, I don't think David Artell knows why it's doing it, because it is.
He was erring towards mindset, wasn't he? That there's some sort of mindset issue that they're either, trying to add that you alluded to is one aspect, particularly scoring. Is the overthinking stuff when they get near the goal. I mean, overplaying in the penalty area when you could just have a shot. Not being clinical when you have got a shot, and sometimes being reluctant to shoot because you're thinking about criticisms of should have picked another path.
We played well first half. We played really well, I thought, and just couldn't put it in the back of the net. But we tried.
We just felt it was coming, didn't we? The goal at any time. It was. We'll get this in a minute.
Hume was playing well. Was all playing well. Curry was excellent. But we tried I don't know if we won the toss or not, but obviously we was kicking towards the pontoon first half, weren't we?
Yeah. We still got crap second half performance.
Yeah, it is. So, but whether we trying something different there by kicking towards pontoon first half, trying to.
But you think of all the variables, that's kind of one of the least important ones, isn't it? I mean, there's a school of thought in front of us in the crowd that said it was to try and stop fans getting on the backs of people playing out from the back, which you thought would have been less of a pressure on Saturday with a low crowding and what have you. But equally, we didn't. We just stopped doing it anyway in the second half, regardless.
I don't think it was that. It might be just the mental. We have played some good teams.
But these weren't one of them, were they?
They weren't one of them, no. So,
and I think that's where you start to get. We still haven't scored. Does it then become, everything gets overthought and just then nothing happens right? And you wonder why. I mean, we weren't the only upset, were we, at the weekend? So
no, it's quite
It is a mental game at times, and we found ourselves on the right side of it a few times in recent weeks, like Salford and Tranmere, which again Artel called out a second half not being great. I mean, Salford we couldn't get out at all, hardly in the second half, and Tranmere was a bit of backs against the wall as well in the second half. Although we did score the winner in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know unless it's a mental. It's just one of them things, maybe. I don't know if it's.
It's strange. It's very strange, but we need to snap out of it quick because I mean, the away form ain't going to last forever, and if we get into a slump like that, I do think some of the online aftermath was a bit much on Saturday. Like Artel out and all that stuff started up again, and you're thinking, really, we've won 5 from 8. If you think about this time last year, we were getting really pissed off about 3 wins in 20.
Exactly.
We've got half the number of points we got last year, and we haven't even played a third of the season yet. So that gives a little bit of perspective.
It's just that we see the home games, you see the odd away game, and you're just getting. We can't go the whole season like this because we're just getting fed up with it.
My worry, and I did a little blog on Friday night about it was kind of setting the Wealdstone match up as clash of the shit FA Cup team, i.e. them, with no wins in the first round, bar one from 2015, and us with our shit home form. Something's got to give. And I must admit, even though I didn't see us, taking it for granted, I didn't see us losing it either. And even at half time, I didn't see us losing it. To then come out and serve up that pile of crap, I mean, is just unbelievable. I think anybody who thinks Artel thought it was okay is wrong because he said it was disgraceful. I think he referred to it as. He said the fans deserved an apology, and he's not, as he said, he's not one for apologising for apologising's sake. But yeah, he probably would agree with that. But my worry is that if we do carry on like that at home, the $3,000 or whatever are the diehards that probably would come, even without the layer of positivity, and they're the ones that deserve a performance.
That's right. I think there would have been more.
Sorry,
I mean, I think if we've been winning at home, I think we've had a few more there on Saturday.
Yeah.
But because we're not winning at home and it's only Wealdstone, that's why it was only 3,000 there.
Yeah. I mean, Bradford suffered it. Theirs was 17,000 at home. They had 4,000 at home for their game at the weekend. Bradford.
Crikey. Yeah.
And that's I think we've got a better end of the stick than that. But I think all 5,000 people that turn up for the season ticket holders deserve a performance now. And I think for the 3,000 that did turn up at the weekend, they definitely did. And we got half of one, and then, like I said, when it was crucial, we lost it.
Well, we've got a few weeks respite now because the next home game's not till towards the end of the month, isn't it?
Well, there is that. We've got the challenge of a couple of tough away games. Probably get a week free for the FA Cup week now. But then you've got Wimbledon away, who are doing all right.
Yeah, they are doing well. Yeah,
they've beaten the fake Wimbledon again on Saturday, didn't they? Which was quite nice for football.
Fake MK Dons, that's 3 wins. 3 wins I've had over them.
Yeah, and we've got Newport away. We've got as well in the month.
Yes, Newport's away. So just having a look now.
Just while I'm on that, just while you look at that. Did you see the goal Peterborough scored against Newport at the weekend that was disallowed?
No, I didn't.
We'll just pause here for a second, and I'll play the clip out.
All right.
So I'll describe what happens anyway. So the corner comes in from the left as we're looking at it from behind the goal. The defender from Newport, I'm not sure whether he gets a head onto it or not. I don't think it was Glennon, but I haven't really checked again properly. So it looks like he might get his head on it and heads it into the net. And the ref gives a corner because he thinks the ball has gone outside the post and rolled along the back of the net.
Oh,
when you watch the replay 2 or 3 times, which you'll see at the bottom here now, it's definitely a goal. The ball goes behind the post, rolls into the back of the net, and
he
didn't give it.
Flipping heck!
That was interesting.
No VAR.
So that might be a little incentive for us to do something sneaky like that at Newport, but the other way around.
Yeah, we've got Newport away, 16th of November.
I mean, we haven't covered the Bristol Street Motors games. I think we're in boycott mode on the Bristol Street Motors on this pod, aren't we?
We are, yes.
So that's a run out game at Chesterfield. I'm not too worried about that either way up, and I think it's great for Artel to be able to play with the squad and without fear or favour, because I don't think anybody wants to be in that competition.
Yes, that's the 12th of November.
Yeah, even when we did like that competition, it's only really any use to if you win it, isn't it?
That's right.
Any other interaction with that competition without winning it is just a pain in the ass distraction.
It's just a trudge, isn't it? Just got to play the games. And I think David Artel's been spot on what he said. You know, he said they're not as important as the other games. He said, but we treat them with respect and and use them as a tool. You know, to get a bit of fitness and that.
That's right.
So
he's got some players that like Carson and players like that need to come in and get a bit of a game. Cameron Gardner, give him a few more minutes and what have you. Disappointed with the big Q on Saturday. I thought it was a bit limp. His penalty was a bit.
I don't think he should have taken the penalty, but Rose let him have it, didn't he?
Well, Artel was a bit confused. Well, he sounded a bit confused. It sounded like he didn't know what was going to happen. He certainly didn't slag off who was taking it. He said, if somebody has a bad game, I can understand them. It was only 10 minutes in, so Danny Rose can't have been having a bad game. The only thing that I can think of was that he'd missed one at Tranmere.
I watched it, saw him. Abiku picked the ball up. Rose went to speak. He said something to him, but it wasn't.
What an argument!
What an argument! No, he sort of, almost saying, "Yeah, you take it if you want it."
Yeah.
And so he did, and he hit the post.
I think Abiku just needs the ball at a narrow angle or some horrendous chance that nobody would possibly score, and he'll pop it in. Probably should have put it on the corner spot for him and said, "Yeah, you can have it from there."
Yeah, take from there. You'll score from there.
Especially if we're at Newport, we get the Newport ref one day. But we'll be able to get it the other way around.
Yeah, he didn't look like. I don't know if it's the way he is, but laid back. But he didn't look like he was confident when he took it. But
I struggle that teams don't have a penalty taker going out there, or if they do, there's some confusion during the game. The manager would be saying, "You're taking the pens." End of.
Yeah.
And if there's another reason for it, it should be some direction. Like you said, nobody misses on purpose. But if you've got a plan, stick to it.
That's right.
Personally, I would have let Rose take it, and if he misses a second one, then that's it. Then adjusted. But the best penalty takers will just get back on the horse, take another one. And then it's off. It's off the monkey off the back now. Pressure's back on Rose again now. If he takes one,
I think as captain.
Over,
yeah, I spoke to my dad, and he was listening to it on the radio, and he was.
Despite being asked not to.
Yes, I told him not to get stressed out. But he says he was really annoyed that Rose didn't take the penalty. I've never seen him so animated. He said, "Why didn't he take the penalty? He's the captain." Well, yeah. But he could have missed it.
As I said, Artel said, you can understand people out if they're having a bad game, but you're not telling me Danny Rose decided he was having a bad game after 10 minutes.
No, he's just decided to let Abiku have it, thinking we might get scored that one and get a few more goals later.
There was quite a few people who were asking Matt Dean on BBC to ask him what he's saying to him at half time for him to play so crap in the second half. And he said he was asking him to keep doing the same and squeeze harder, but he felt he got people just trying to take the game on by themselves. I'm not sure we would necessarily notice that.
No, I didn't. He said that we've got to play more like a team, but I didn't see that, to be honest.
I think probably one of the things that we would see would be the play getting broken up more often rather than being more fluid. We're running into players. I don't know if that was it, but it didn't look great. But, I wouldn't have necessarily made that link.
For Wealdstone, though, part-timers, they look fit, look good. They didn't tire. I didn't see anybody tiring on there. One player went down, maybe, but yeah,
But to them, if you give them as much of an encouragement, it's one-shot deal for them, isn't it? I put this effort in now. Don't leave anything behind on the pitch.
Yeah.
And bang, we're in. We're done.
Well, and like I said to you at the match, if I was their manager, I would have said, look, their home form's awful.
Yeah.
So, they lose at home all the time. Go out there and make it one more. So,
Yeah.
but credit them. They did keep going, but we should be putting teams like that away.
Yeah. But say long term, I think one of the pressures that come from the owners is that one of the things they do need is they need that positive interaction from the fans, as in in July next year they're renewing the tickets, because that depends. Well, they're trying to build a club that doesn't need any financial support, and if you start losing your hardcore home fans, doesn't matter how many you win away, you're not gonna do very well at home, are you, with your business model?
I mean, it can't continue, and it won't. We'll win at home soon, but it's just we've got to start doing it before we start losing away.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, and I think this was a goal suggested after the Tranmere game, was that one of the goals now we can win, and the one thing that you can't argue with is the players have shown they're good enough to do it. They're just going to do it for longer in games, because as Artel said again, we're not even inconsistent between games; we're inconsistent in games. And he says, so that's not good enough. And when we do win, we need to be winning by 2 or 3-0. When was the last time we won 2 or 3-0? You just can't remember it, can you?
Can't remember going up in a game 2-0 up, 2 or 3-0. Never, for ages. Ages.
I think the game that kept us up last year, Swindon at home, was probably the last one I can remember. We went 2-0 up, and that was late on. I think it was late on we scored both goals.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was sat at Blundell Park, comfortable and happy, thinking, "Oh, this is a nice game," and you can relax a bit instead of bloody watching their teams wasting time and because they're 1-0 up or 2-0 up. And
exactly. So fans need to be back on side. Players need to play 2 lots of 45 minutes and be prepared for 90 or 100 minutes, which I think we'd all agree to that. One of the other things that came to mind was preparedness off the bench. David Artel was saying. So is he talking about players not ready to come on, do you think? I got that impression because he said we need players to be ready to come on whenever they're needed. At first, I thought he meant them being prepared to make the right substitutions, but the more it went on, I got the impression he was talking about people being ready when they come on. As he said, when we did make substitutions, they made us worse.
Well, that's down to him, isn't it? I thought Pearson, make sure they're ready.
Yeah.
Knowing what, obviously you can't plan for. He said it before the game. If it was 0-0 and there's 15 minutes to go, then you probably change your shape or make a change because you don't want extra time.
Yeah, but I think his point is that you bring. I'm not picking on Callum Ainley particularly, just as an example. That he brings him on. If you're Callum Ainley, you need to be ready to, regardless of whether anybody said anything to you, you need to be thinking, right, if I need to come on, I need to be ready. I need to be, prepared mentally for coming on. Because there could be an injury, there could be a tactical reason that just comes up there and then.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a goalie goes, even the goalkeeper, you've got to be ready to come on at any time.
Just reminded me talking some real weird one at the weekend. I can't remember who it was. It was a European game with Spain, I think. There was a guy scored a goal. It was disallowed. He got substituted. VAR reinstated the goal. And all his mates had to go and celebrate with him, sat on the bench.
That's quite funny.
I'll look it
we'll
up.
Take that.
And again, if I can find the clip, you will have seen it in the box below.
They've got to celebrate him on the bench.
Right in the back row of the bench, and they're all rushing into the bench.
Like that.
Yeah, so, some interesting things over the weekend going on in the world of football generally.
Sackings as well, sackings. And...
Yeah, Mr. Hurst. We'll come back to that in a second. I've got one more bench issue for you. Donovan Wilson dropped off the bench at the last minute. Didn't take the bench.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Claimed hamstring tweak.
Right.
And David Artel's comments at the weekend were, that's the third time that's happened in 11 months at the club. I think it's either that or a performance anxiety issue.
Crikey, that's a bit.
That's calling him out, that isn't it?
Yeah, and I've never heard him do that before with a player.
No. Now I'm going to put a hypothesis together here for you, and just tell me what you think. So, at the fans forum, you remember I asked him the question about Corey.
Yeah.
He said we sent him to Spennymoor. He went off. He got ill, and he says when we send players off like that to get some game time, it's not, they're out of sight, out of mind. It's to make them get game time and get better. After he'd said that, he said this. He said, there may be others that we do that with in January.
In January, didn't he? Yeah.
But that's their journey. So for me, I'm filling in the blanks and thinking Wilson, Pike, get them out of sight, out of mind, and then they can decide what they're doing at the end of the season. But for somebody like Corey, who he sees as the future, it was get him out, get him some game time, and get him improving. But their journey is out of the club, and I'd say I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I might be getting 5, but it'll be interesting to see what people think about that.
No, I think you could be spot on there. Well, Pike, you're not seeing him in the team. Wilson comes in, but he scored a goal the other day, consolation goal, didn't he, against Walsall? But
you'd be wondering, I would think. Can I get a game in this game? Wealdstone, fill me boots, and then when he's benched, I'm taking my bat and ball home. Then, and he's maybe wrong, but
maybe. But if that's the case, he'll be out in January. I don't know what his contract is.
It's turned this year, I think.
This
season. I think Pike's the same. And I did suggest to Shrewsbury fans that because Shrewsbury must be because I look at old posts from Shrewsbury and how they were getting on. Shrewsbury posts popped up on how crap they were and what have you, and fans moaning. I just said, we've got some players that Hurst likes you can have. And my words were minced as soon as they hit the thing because he was sacked not long after. So, oops.
He don't like November, does he, Hurst? I think it was November last year when he got sacked.
Same time, wasn't it? Yeah.
He's only been there 9 months, though. That's it's no time at all. And he said he got a good relationship with the owner.
Yeah.
So
there's some business stuff going on there, though, isn't there? So the guy that owns it, Ronald Wycherley, I think his name is, offered to resign at the board meeting in the morning, the emergency board meeting. They rejected it, but he decided he was going to let them go. So he's trying to bring new money onto the board, new owners or new investors, and he decided he wanted to do it without Hurst and Doig. So what do you reckon's next for them?
Scunthorpe, maybe.
A decent fit, but they're top of the league. Happy with the manager?
Well, yeah. Boston.
That's been mentioned.
Yeah.
Town.
What?
Wouldn't entertain it. There was a bit of a thing done on Twitter earlier on. Somebody, I think it was Cod Almighty, somebody wrote in the last line of their article, see Hurst's been sacked. Would I have him back at Grimsby? Yes, in a heartbeat. And there was quite a bit of, really?
Well, he got us promoted twice. Yeah. But I don't think so. Not this time. Maybe Swindon when Holloway gets sacked.
We've had him twice. And, thanks for all the fish. Got us out of the National League twice, which is no mean feat. And one of my criticisms is I'd love to see you win that as champions. I'm really pressed for that top spot. But the best he did was third in that league ever, which is okay. He got us up twice. And I'll always be thankful for that. But I think that's his level, to be honest. I think a lot of people think the same.
Yeah, I think his level. He went to Ipswich, and that was a disaster.
Had one good season in the EFL at Shrewsbury. I think he had us at mid-table, didn't he, before he left to Shrewsbury, which was only a part season.
Yeah, he took them up to the top of the league, though, didn't he? And to the final of the. What did he go? What did he end up in the playoff final and the auto windscreens, whatever it's called, then back then.
But it's final. It's one season. That's
yeah.
Out of all those seasons,
you can be lucky one season, can't you? I think.
Yeah. And I think his level will be National League. I'd be surprised if there were a queue of EFL clubs queuing up for him.
No, he'll probably end up back in National League, I would have thought.
Hartlepool mentioned.
Yeah, that'll be a good fit.
Reunited with Manny D.
Yeah, and Waterfall.
Yeah,
He's there, isn't he? So
yeah. Any notable goal scorers from the weekend from the world of football?
there was an ex-Town player, wasn't there? We looked at Glennon.
Lennon scored. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I don't know where he was.
There was a weird one. There was Harry Wood won the goal to score the winner to win the league in the League of Ireland.
Oh right.
Yeah,
That was awesome. And he was on loan from Hull, wasn't
he? Yeah.
To us.
Yeah.
And he was. There was there was somebody else scored, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I can't remember. I'm going to have a look now.
Was Glennon?
Look, Saturday.
It was. Where was we?
No point in looking in the Premier League.
No.
St Mirren and Ross County was 0-0. So that'll be Fete.
Fete, yeah.
0-0 draw.
Can't see it on here.
Just whizzing through. Ethan Robson for Carlisle. He was on loan from Sunderland to us, wasn't he? He got sent off at Carlisle.
All right. Yeah, I remember him, yeah.
Can you remember letting me know that Barnet were 3-1 up at Exeter?
Yeah.
Did you see the final score to that?
No.
Exeter won 5-3.
5-3. Oh, yeah, I see that now, yeah.
Yeah.
Gainsborough Trinity, 4-4.
Well, that one, Jamie Clark, was it? Who scored the equaliser at the end, was it?
For
Jay Clark for Gainsborough. Oh, that was the other one. Toby Malarkey scored the equaliser in the last minute for Crawley at Maidenhead.
Bloody hell. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gainsborough Trinity.
Yeah. Bromley won it in the last minute. They've scored 3 times in the last minute.
Yeah.
Scored on the 3rd minute, and they scored 90 plus 1, 90 plus 2, and 90 plus 3. Oh, no, they didn't. It was a sending off. 90 plus 3. Beg pardon.
And our friends Wrexham.
Yeah.
Are out.
And somebody from Harrogate posted that bloody Mullins a diving, cheating bastard. And I said,
did he?
You needed this post to tell you this.
Did I just realise that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good win, that. So now we can concentrate on some other teams apart from Wrexham.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting one from League Two perspective. I didn't realise Chishmanga was at Swindon. He scored at the weekend, the winner against Colchester.
He's been around a bit now, hasn't he?
Yes, he was never the same after he broke his leg, though, was he?
No, he scored against us, didn't he?
Yeah.
Chesterfield, one of them late winners that season. Yeah,
so there weren't so many town links this week, but there's some oddities about which we've just pointed out. Another odd one was Nile Ranger scored the winner. Can you remember from Newcastle?
Yeah.
Scored the winner for Kettering the weekend.
Nile Ranger. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, I didn't realise
what else we got?
He was still playing down there.
Didn't see any other ex-town players, apart from, say, Holloway's now manager of Swindon.
Yeah, and they managed to win for Chishmanga's winner. So,
but they're all. But he's in trouble for the way he's been probed, isn't he?
There's a surprise. They've got a dodgy owner. He's been attracted to that, and now he's in bother already. What a surprise! It just follows him about. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. And it's certainly spiced up the Swindon fixtures for this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, if he's still in a job when they get here.
There is that. Yeah. So looking ahead, next few weeks we've mentioned the away games. Wimbledon Saturday. Not got massive expectations. I'd be happy with our first draw, I think, on Saturday. I'd like to win, obviously.
It'll be a tough game, that. But I think we can win there. Why not go for it? I think so.
We're probably
Don't know what
putting less pressure away from home at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah. Is that Saturday then?
Yes. And we've sold out. We've sold out our allocation.
I see that, yeah.
How amazing is
Wimbledon,
that for a team in the form we're in?
It's
from a home
just,
perspective, it just doesn't make any difference to the away fans, does it?
I was just talking about Wimbledon and the league position. They're below us, but they've played 3 games less than us.
Right. Yeah, they had that pitch issue, didn't they?
Because of the pitch issue, which is all resolved now.
Yeah.
I believe. But so they've played 3 games less than us. What was the we've got 21 points from 14. They've got 19 from 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're right up there.
What did we get? 45, 47 last season.
So Town, 40 something like 7.
Yeah. So we're nearly halfway there, and we've only not played a third of the season. So again, I think that's a bit of perspective needed.
Yeah, they're a bit intermittent. Their form. They beat MK Dons in the cup.
Yeah, they beat them at home 3-0, didn't they?
Yeah, beat Port Vale.
So
3.
They've beaten some good sides, haven't they? Oh, they lost to Port Vale. Yeah, it was away,
lost to Port Vale 3-2.
It was an away game.
Beat Morecambe. Yeah, so beat lost to Notts County and beat Carlisle. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah,
we'll have a chance.
It's like any game. Anybody can beat anybody in this league on the day. It's just we need to keep this going as long as possible while we get our own form sorted out. I think that's the key. Hopefully, the other point of where we're at the minute is hopefully we'll get some bodies back as well. So you think about bringing quality of Jordan Davis, Curtis Thompson back. You're starting to look a different team altogether again, then, aren't you?
Yeah, we need some injuries. Vernon, I don't know. How long is it? He out for?
Yeah.
He could, yeah. But Curtis Davis should be near. Should be near.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
So Curtis Davis, that's a mash-up, isn't it? Curtis,
yeah.
He's a different player altogether.
Yeah. I'd like to see him come back. Curtis Davis.
Jordan Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to pick your favourite for next week. We'll have to have a think of your favourite mashups. So if you could mix the first names and the surnames up to get some real cracking players, who could you have? So we
could have Charles,
Clive Mendonca and George Lloyd. To have Clive Lloyd and be a hell of a cricketer.
Just trying to think of one now, George. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's the wrong sport, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. Need Vernon back. Missing him. Yeah. Missing some creativity.
Well, we missed the Vernon that we got back at the start of the season. We want Vernon.
Oh, he was
Vernon
best
from
player.
The start of this season, as opposed to Vernon from the start of last season. He was injured, wasn't he?
But I thought he's been excellent this season.
Yeah.
Every game I've seen him, even on Saturday, I think he was one of the best players we had.
I think McJanet as well was pretty good.
He was excellent, yeah.
He just
played well.
Sweet
McJanet looked really good first half. Yeah. Couldn't bring the ball out and looks a real good player.
Yeah.
But I did notice on the goal, actually, going back to the Wealdstone goal, Wright.
He's appealing for the free kick, isn't he?
He's appealing for the free kick, and then the next thing he's thinking, no, don't. You're not set.
Yeah.
And he wasn't set, so he forgot to be a bloody goalkeeper again.
It wasn't that obvious from the main camera angle, but it was that away end angle that was the best. To see that.
Yeah, because he sort of does this, puts his arm up, and then it's like, oh shit, and then
the only problem with that angle is it makes it look like the ball was a lot closer to him than it actually was, but he still should have been alive to it. And just a mess. The whole letting them play like they did was just horrific. That goal. And again, if I can find it, I'll stick it in the clip down here of the goal from the away end and the other way.
Because that from the away end, it's just like we were ambling around.
Yeah, ambling around was a great. That was your phrase when you mentioned it over the weekend to me.
Pass. They were just passing through us, and then all of a sudden it's the back of the net. And we weren't closing them down. Now that could be fitness.
Yeah.
So
It's just a mess, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
yeah,
Anyway, it's behind us now. It's done and dusted. We can do the proverbial concentrate on the league. The cup's only a
yes,
distraction anyway if you're not going to win it. But again,
yeah.
the owners will be looking for the cash, and that'll be a disappointment. That there's no
Oh yeah,
there's no cup run money coming this year, because in years gone by that's been a big deal for us, hasn't it?
massive deal. Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
So
Two seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons.
so to get what Kieran Maguire refers to as football fortune money, we need Bristol Rovers to sell Conte,
Conte. Yeah.
and there's one or two other players kicking about with clauses in, I think, as well.
What about Dembele? Is he still got?
We've rinsed him for as much as we can get, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, can we have a bit of that money? 1%. Yeah.
We're hoping there should be some from McAtee. McAtee to sell on.
I could do with McAtee back now.
I know. He's only getting on the bench at Bolton, isn't he?
Yeah, he'd love to come back on loan, wouldn't he?
Yeah. You thought so. Anyway, like I say, it's behind us now. We've got this problem. It's only going to get solved by winning a game at home, innit, at the end of the day. And it'd be nice to do it against the Cowleys. It's important we do it against the Cowleys, isn't it? Really?
Oh God, we got it. Yeah.
They're king of the shit house. So we need to get it done done by them. That game.
Yeah, I'll take anything, but I would like to see a 2 or 3-0 win.
Yeah,
that'd be lovely.
Nice 5-0. We haven't done one of them for a long time.
No.
But now we're just dreaming now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Screen goes all wavy as we sort of come back out of a dream.
Well, Colchester aren't doing very well, are they? So
no, they've picked up where they left off, haven't they? They'll be watering the pitch and making it smaller again come March.
Yeah, all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're tough game against Wimbledon next week, and then Bristol Street Moors, which we're not going to cover majorly. Then we're at Newport, and then we're back at home on the 23rd. So we'll look forward to them. Thank you for joining us this evening, Steve. Appreciate it. And
okay, David.
We've had just to pick up on recent stuff that we've put out. We've had some really good content go out that's had some really positive feedback, which I'm really pleased about. So we've got our week-to-week episodes, which probably don't bear a lot of listening to because they're old news. But we've got some great episodes that stand the test of time. So the Steve Saunders episodes, for example, can be watched anytime. So if you haven't seen that, episodes 11 and 13. Kieran Maguire, episode 8 was a great watch on the finances of football. And last week's special episode, number 15, Adam Summerton, was it was as much of a pleasure to watch it again as it was to do it, Steve. Did you think?
It was fantastic. I've had quite a few people say to me how good it was. And, just let him talk. We let him talk and got lots of information from him. And it was so good. It was so professionally done. Yeah, he was so nice.
It was nice of him to do it in the first place, but he was equally as nice on the when he was with us, wasn't he?
He's just a genuine nice guy, and he's just love listening to his talking. I love listening to his commentary. Yeah, I thought it was really good of him.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that episode will continue to do really well because it's not time limited. It was great to see one of the comments. Somebody who'd watched it had said, "I wasn't expecting to be looking at this morning, getting goosebumps and remembering a playoff game from 3 years ago." And I felt like that when we were putting it together. It's like, wow, this is fantastic stuff.
I felt like that as well, and it really did. When I listened to it back a couple of times, and it's like I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up, not on my head, but on the back of my.
It's just look a long way for the ones that are down the back of your neck. No, but it's true. You got to remember the good times, and the good times.
But
what come?
It's the whole his commentary, the goals, the day. It was everything. It was just
what we remember
so
about
good.
It. Yeah.
It wasn't just crappy goals, or little lucky goals are goals with good goals.
Yeah. And I think that's spot on. And like I said, I'd ask anyone to go look at that episode and have a look back through our old stuff. But we've got 4 really key pieces of work that are watchable anytime, as opposed to the weekly episodes, which, like I say, don't quite age so well when you don't really want to know about Fleetwood 6 weeks ago. But no, there's some really good stuff, even though we do say so ourselves. So thank you for watching, supporting. Thank you for your comments. If you've got any more good or bad feedback, what we want to do is continue to deliver good quality content for whoever's watching. So thank you.
Yep.
So on that note, then, Steve, we'll leave it there.
Yep. Okay.
One final point. Sorry, it was sad to note the passing of Trevor Wymart this week. By the way,
yes,
I remember him playing for Town and being gobsmacked at a player who played for England and Ipswich, who were a big deal at the time, having won the FA Cup and the European, what is now the champion, Europa League, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. No, they were a big team at that time.
Yeah,
and I remember coming to Grimsby. I was thinking, God, how did we get him? It's like exactly. one of the first ones, really.
Yeah,
that came
and probably won't happen again because players just earn too much now to be asked to be playing at Grimsby Town in the 4th division on a Tuesday night.
No, it's changed now. Football, you'll never see that again.
Yeah. And if you look on our Shorts channel, there's a little clip and just a little tribute to him. I managed to dig out a clip of a goal he scored at Millwall in the FA Cup where we won 6-1. If you'd listened to Humberside last week, the chap who was talking about Wymart remembered that game and the goal he scores from that. And he hits this bobbling ball from about 25 yards right straight into the net. And the quality of the strike for a ball that's bouncing and bobbling about, that's unbelievable. And yeah, he's 74. I think he suffered from dementia. It's really, really sad, but we remember him fondly.
Yes, and I see Ipswich had a minute's silence, didn't they, before their game at the weekend.
I noted over the weekend that Vancouver Whitecaps is where he came to us from. Had actually posted a tribute as well, which was
excellent.
I was wondering if they'd remembered him. And, so we shall leave it there then, Steve. Thanks again.
Yeah, all right, Dave.
We'll speak to you next week after hopefully 3 points at Wimbledon.
Up the Mariners.
See you soon.
See you later.
This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to 3 Fish on the Shirt.
Thank you for watching or listening to tonight's show. You can catch us on YouTube, podcasts on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media channels of Instagram, Twitter, or X as it's now known, TikTok and Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share at every opportunity. It helps us a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye.